let's talk about numbers. Hello and welcome back to another video. I'm your beautiful host, Young Buffett, and in today's video, you and I are going to do some fun math together. And by fun math, I mean math for fun. None of this is financial advice. I am not a financial advisor, nor am I your dad. So stop calling me that. I literally just make YouTube videos for fun, and people watch it and like it from time to time. So let's chat about a few things. First thing, I want to set some context. Then we'll talk about some potential catalysts to look out for. Finally, we'll talk about the potential price movements and what it could look like for CryptoZoo. If you've been following the price of Zoo, you've been on quite a roller coaster. So to set some context on what we might be able to expect coming up soon, let's get back in time and review how we played it and how we came up with a strategy and what our next steps are going to be. So if you're new here, I bought about $250 worth of Zoo for about 0.00036 or so. So then it started to skyrocket after that in anticipation of the NFT egg pre-sale. The price saw an all-time high of about 0.0012 or so. So that means we rode up a skyrocket to about 400% gains. So in other words, our $250 actually turned into a nice little $1,000. And with that $1,000, we were able to secure 3 pre-sale eggs on the BSC network using Zoo token. So now that we have 3 eggs locked away, I watched the price of Zoo tokens start dropping and eventually leveling out at the price that we bought it at, the 0.003 or so. So then I started to average back into Zoo because I didn't have any, throwing another $250 in there every time it dipped. So I've bought at around 0.003. I then stopped buying and then I bought again at like 0.001 and even as low as 0.00007. So if you've been around my channel for a while, you know that my favorite way of investing is dollar cost averaging. That means I take my time. That means I get paid for my jobs. I get paychecks coming in and then I deposit it into my crypto account and it slowly starts to scale over time. Time. I take it slow. I average down. I buy dips and I wait around for catalysts to come along. What's a catalyst, you might ask? Well, a catalyst is another word for news or events that send the price of a stock or a underlying asset like a crypto up or down. So it's something that affects something else. In CryptoZoo's case, what would send the price up or down? Well, first and foremost, utility or reasons to buy and hold the token. Timelines is another one. When to expect what? And then finally, marketing efforts or mass retail adoption. And we're going to dive in and talk about all 3 of those things. So first of all, we are waiting for the 30-day roadmap. And this roadmap should help with utility and timeline. So it should be a very important catalyst to come into play. What we can expect, when should we expect what their plans are, what's coming up, that will help the price of Zoo because nobody wants to put their money somewhere, hold it there, and have no idea what they're waiting for. So we need a plan, and that's what the 30-day roadmap should provide. If people have a timeline, they can set their expectations, they can scale in appropriately, and they can plan their accounts and their liquidity accordingly, because who wants to just lock away money and not know why it's there? So the second catalyst that I'm personally waiting for is the marketplace announcement and the actual launch of the marketplace. The second that they announce the date of the marketplace, or the second that they come out with it, boom, you have a reason to buy and hold Zoo. Their marketplace will allow you to buy and sell the eggs. 10,000 eggs were sold out in seconds during the pre-sale. That means there are thousands of people who didn't get their hands on an egg. There are thousands of people who are holding eggs that don't want them anymore. And there are thousands of people who are holding eggs and want more eggs. So these are thousands of people who want to spend anywhere from like $100 to multiples of thousands of dollars on eggs. And the only way to do that is by buying the Zoo token and then buying the eggs. If you sell your eggs, you're also dealing in Zoo tokens. So you list it for Zoo and then you get Zoo back. Every single thing that you do on this marketplace interacts with the Zoo token. So every transaction burns Zoo token, chipping away at that massive 2 trillion supply. So everything about Zoo's tokenomics is extremely deflationary. So the more things that you do, the more things you move around, the smaller and smaller the supply gets. And if you were awake in economics class, you know that when supply goes down, demand goes up and the price goes up. So the third catalyst is the hatching, or the day that you can hatch your eggs to see what NFT is inside of that little egg that's been spinning around for about a month or so. So many of you might already know that there are common base animals, there are uncommon base animals, there are rare animals, super rare animals, and epic base animals. You'll either get a cat, dog, butterfly, turtle, penguin, whale, elk, duck, ape, lion, elephant, panda, grizzly bear, shark, blobfish, or mole rat. Okay, so there are a few things that are catalysts for the price of the Zoo token. First of all, right off the bat, you'll see a ton of excitement, a ton of content, pictures, videos, conversation, and buzz around what animals everybody got inside of their eggs, which in turn creates FOMO, the fear of missing out. So people without eggs will want to rush in and get some eggs to see what's inside. You'll get people who open their eggs wanting more eggs to see what's inside of those. You'll see people who will run some numbers to see what the probability is to get a rarer NFT and buy more eggs to hopefully get that rare NFT. So moral of the story is that the hatch day on November 3rd, and even ongoing every time you get to hatch an egg, you will most likely see the price of Zoo go up. So I have to remind you, I am not a financial advisor. I'm just running some scenarios, and these are all my opinions. But something that I can talk about where I do have some merit is marketing. We can't forget that there is a team of people here behind CryptoZoo who not only want to make a cool game, but they also want to make a lot of money. So they need this project to be a success in the long term. Short-term success will get rid of any other possible bigger success. So it's all about the long term here. You could have the coolest and most innovative product in the world. Pay attention to this. You could have the most useful thing in the world, but if nobody knows about it, what's the point? No one's going to buy your product. No one's going to play your games. No one will even know what they're missing out on. So that's where marketing comes in. And luckily for you, I not only have degrees in marketing, but I have just about over 15 years of experience working in this industry. So let me tell you something. When my clients come in and they ask me to market their products, they say, hey, we have this product. Can you do marketing? Well, they're looking for content creation. They're looking for us to make something for them so then they can share it on their platforms. And their platforms might have a few hundred fans. They might have a few thousand followers. They might even have millions of eyeballs on it. But it's up to us to fully understand their target audience, create content for them, and then it's on them to share it with their audience, and then we'll see what happens. But when it comes to CryptoZoo, the founder himself, Mr. Logan Paul, may very well be the king of digital marketing. So if you want to just look at him from a top level numbers point of view, we're looking at 21.3 million followers on Instagram. And if that's not crazy enough, we're looking at 1.8 million followers on his Maverick clothing line Instagram page. But if that's not crazy enough, let's look at his 23.2 million subscribers on YouTube, which by the way, we're almost at 1 million subscribers. So if you want to hit that subscribe button, if you're enjoying this video so far, feel free to do so. Just scroll down and hit that subscribe button. But if that's not crazy enough, his podcast Impulsive has 3.42 million subscribers, but it doesn't stop there. His friends have millions of followers and subscribers. His network of people, the people that he works with have tens of millions of followers and subscribers and exposure. I even made a TikTok video about this project and it got 1.2 million views alone. And we haven't even gotten started. So I can go on and list all of the possible organic methods of exposure, but we haven't even touched the paid outreach potential. You remember the clip where he says he invested $1 million into this project? Well, that was 2 months ago. Has he put in more? Has he partnered up with brands, artists, business partners, companies that want to help the company grow? Billboards, Facebook ads, Instagram ads, YouTube ads, TikTok ads, partnering up with crypto platforms, different exposures. It just collaboration with other YouTubers. The list goes on and on. But what does that mean for the price of Zoo? We just sold out 10,000 pre-sale eggs. If you want one, check out our marketplace. Boom, millions of eyeballs zoomed in on the marketplace. We just opened this super rare NFT that yields this much Zoo every single day. Boom, millions of eyeballs zoomed in on that super rare NFT, driving the demand up. Out of 1 million people, if even 1% are interested, that's 10,000 people ready to spend some money overnight. We need them to buy Zoo. They then buy eggs. They then get an NFT. They then yield Zoo. They use the bridge. They burn the Zoo. Every single thing that they do is deflationary, and it just lowers the supply, and the demand keeps coming in. It's just math and economics, guys. It's really, really easy. I'm really, really excited to see this thing take off. Why am I excited? Because we're early. I feel like we're really, really early. So I hesitate to say this, but we might be potentially 100x early. Now, I don't say this often. I kind of didn't even want to say it in this video, but I have a weird feeling that we are unusually early to something very, very massive. And I hate when people try to start pumping something, hype something up, and get overexcited about something too early. I hate when people fill the air with lies and false promises. So I don't really want to sit here and get your hopes up, but I'm kind of just bored and I want to run some numbers, best case scenarios, because that would be fun to do so. And I know you've all done this. What would happen if I buy $1,000 worth of Zoo right now? Well, if you buy $1,000 worth of Zoo, you're looking at owning about anywhere from like 6.8 million Zoo to like 10, I don't know, 5 million Zoo, 10 million Zoo, whatever it is. Now, let's do some easy math. Remember earlier in this video, I mentioned that the all-time high was what, like 0.001 or so? Well, we're at 0.0000068. So in order for Zoo token to get back to its all-time highs, what needs to happen? It would need to go up in price 100 times its current value plus a few more. So pay attention here. 100 times 1,000 is 100,000. That's a lot of money. But there are a few things to take into consideration here because listen, there's going to be a lot of people buying at these low prices. Now, what happens when people buy at low prices? You're going to have a lot of mental roadblocks. So if you put in $1,000 and then your $1,000 turns into $2,000, whoa. If you're even the slightest bit responsible with your money, you're going to look at ways to make that free. You're going to either take out your initial investment and let that $1,000 of profit ride for free and see what happens. If you're in it for the short term, you might even just sell out that $2,000 and run away with a 100% gain. You just doubled your money. Easy peasy, right? But what if it 3 times is, or 4 times is, or 5 times is? Best case, what if it 10x's? Dude, what if my $1,000 turns into $10,000? I'm going to get antsy. That's a lot of money. But wait, what if it 15x's? What if it 20x's? My $1,000 turns into $20,000? You can do a lot with that. You can even feel the emotions by just doing that math for yourself. How do you feel right now? Actually check in with yourself. How do you feel? whoa, what if my $1,000 turns into $20,000? What could I do with that? So you see, these are the mental roadblocks that I'm talking about. You're going to feel some kind of way when you see your account balance grow like that. We're going to be faced with a lot of mental resistance. So the whales are going to come in. They're going to pump up the price. They're going to dump the price. You're going to see your account go from 1,000 to 10,000 to 4,000 to 6,000 to 1,000 to 800 to 15,000 to 20,000 to 10,000. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, all I can say is trade to your account size, trade to what you're comfortable with. Are you beyond ecstatic at $10,000? Is $10,000 going to do something for you? Manage your risk. Only invest what you're ready to watch go to zero. At the end of the day, keep it small, keep it safe, keep it fun. And with that, I love you. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking this video and watching all the way through. You mean a lot to me, and I'll catch you in the next video.